Hi everybody. So here's a concept in the wake of everything that has happened recently with the rioting and that sort of thing. Of course, once again, this stuff is useful not just for the circumstances that I'm touching upon or that inspire this, but it's useful for different areas of our lives. This subject is taking the idea that being responsible only means to be response-able. That means to consciously respond instead of just outright reacting. That means to be mindful of the way that you respond. And the way to take this, maybe it's how you're responding online. Maybe it's how you're responding and actually taking physical action. So if you're sitting here responding to light of the situation with looters and everything, and you're going, oh my God, these poor mom and pop shops. These poor mom and pop shops are getting looted. There's COVID. They were just opening up. Okay, I hear that. And I hear your empathy for them. And I 100% agree with that. So don't just spout off your empathy. Rise up. Take action. Support these small businesses. Find out what small businesses in your community got hit. Find out what small businesses you can contribute to online on GoFundMes. Support them, right? Like if you're going to be spouting off going, this is my response. Okay, I'm sorry for you guys. Gosh, those looters are terrible people. Those looters are horrible. If you're doing it to amp up your anger and your angst rather than taking a proactive stance on supporting people who are in unfortunate situations, who have lost their livelihoods, you're not doing what you're meant to be doing with your thoughts and feelings. You're reacting with horror. You're reacting with shock, but you're not taking responsibility with what you can do to support others, with what you can do to change the story from here on out. Because if you're sitting there slamming the looters, you're not changing the story. You're only perpetuating the problem because you're only talking about the problem and you're not taking a stance on solutions. So, being responsible is taking a stance from here on out on what you can do to solve the problem that caused this. And we're all a part of it. We're all a part, those in the States, okay? And those in other countries who have had this happen. We're all a part of those communities that caused this. We're all a part of the problem. It's kind of the butterfly effect. You make one ripple and that comes out and then that comes back in. And some people say, this is the act of karma. You do one small thing that's like the flap of a butterfly's wing and that comes back as a storm, right? This is that concept literally in action. So I've looked online, I see people going, shoot the crowds, right? We need more death? Really? You're responsible for those deaths because of your reactionary response. I don't think anybody really wants to be responsible for deaths. Police officers, obviously, the police officers standing by doing nothing, don't want to be responsible for any more mindless deaths. They're doing the right thing. They are being responsible. They didn't react. They're responding as calmly as they can with the limited amount of staff, with the lack of sleep, like 42 hours straight, they were nonstop. And I see people slandering them instead of going, how can I help support you? How can I help? How can I take my action responsibly from here on out to stop perpetuating a problem and start perpetuating the solution and the repairs necessary to happen? So I'm asking you all today, everybody who witnesses this, take a stance to be a part of the solution. Stop perpetuating the problem. The problem has happened. It's, I pray to God, almost over. But once again, this comes from our reactions. No, not from our reactions. From our taking responsibility for our actions from here on out. So I want to sing this. I want to hear how you are taking responsibility for your actions from here on out. I would love to get ideas. I would love to share these ideas. Tag me on any posts dealing with how to be a part of the solution instead of perpetuating the problem. And I really look forward to seeing this from you guys. As always, if you need help, if you are dealing with, the worst of the worst, and you just need someone to talk to, you're in that crisis state still, in that trauma state still, I'm here to support you. I have free sessions going on. Please reach out, especially if you're a small business owner who is now severely struggling because, maybe you couldn't afford insurance during the COVID time. Totally understand that. Reach out. Let's get you supported. Let's help you. Let's help each other. Let's move the story forward instead of repeating history. So please, 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 please help out in any way you can. Love you guys. Peace be with you. Peace be on the situation. And major takeaway, being responsible is being response-abled. Be conscious in your responses.